Hi guys, Captain TigerLily here, and we're back with more of Tavern Talk. And I'm actually really interested to see where some of these new plot threads are gonna go. Because we had Melly going off with our sneaky thief who keeps changing his name in the last episode to Zoford to go investigate the missing familiars. We have Fable looking in on the pet while they're gone. We met Baya last time, who was setting up her little spa. That was cute. Who did we not see last episode that I wanted to? We didn't see Care last episode, actually. I would like to see Care again. But anyway, we're gonna hop in and make some more drinks today and figure out some more things. But before we get started, hit the like button down below if at any point during the video you guys enjoy what you're watching. Hit the subscribe button if you guys do want to see more videos from me. Hit the notification bell, that way you guys will know when new videos go live. And of course, share the video around to anybody you think might enjoy watching me play through Tavern Talk. Let's go. We gotta make a drink for her. Okay. So, we need a drink that is strength. Do we do that or Southern Brawler? We'll do Sailor's Courage. That seems appropriate. Okay, so. No. That one will do. Okay. Okay, then we need one of that. Nope, not yet. There we go, Sailor's Courage. That's what we needed. Here you go. Oh, wow. Impressed? Don't get cocky now. You don't have to be shy. You can just admit I've improved. So, Una. Jade told me you're retired now. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Had enough of the adventuring business? Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Jade. Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. But this was a one-time exception. Did the farmer pay you accordingly after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm Mida, I think. I don't have any use for stones like those. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell that they're that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. Citrin? Or citrine? Ooh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. I'll mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put on for nothing. You know, that actually makes sense now. What is that? I'm trying to see if I could compare. It's definitely at least an I, if not a J hook. Probably bigger. Of course, I also occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. I haven't lost my game in at least 4 decades. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter. Don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. Ha, you wish. Jade, be on guard. You're worried about me? Cute. I just know for a fact that Una is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. So you're saying you've lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? Listen, Innkeep, if your opponent is obviously cheating, like she was, you can't beat him fair and square. You gotta beat him at cheating. Now watch how a real master does it. Okay. You two have your moment, I suppose. Ooh. Who are you? Good day. I'm not even going to attempt to do a proper Australian accent. I have returned, Innkeeper. I can see that. Welcome back, Miss Anwar. And welcome... Oh my god. I was really hoping we would get a dumb grunt barbarian in here. This brave adventurer's name is Clay Moore. He offered unexpected support during my quest. Happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of, the world? Yes, of course, the world. Mr. Clay. You don't need the whole Mr. thing. Just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise, it sounds so formal. Like talking to one of those graph people. Oh, you wouldn't want to... You wouldn't want to be one of those. Clay it is, then. Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? That would be a fun trade, right, Tia? I think I would welcome it as well. Tia instead of Alethea. Okay, you know what? I don't hate that. What can I get you? Clay, please go ahead. Oh my. You got a lot of stuff on the menu. How about one of those drinks with ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. Alright, we gotta give him something strong. Oh, we going for classic Southern brawler here. Oh, hell yeah. And then we need one of thems. And one of thems. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Oops. That's fine. No worries for you, Andu. You got snacks now. There we go. Southern Brawler coming right up. Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. This tastes strong and magic-y, but my socks are still on. Still, I love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What's it called? Don't worry. I'll remember it for you. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There's no such time. Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. Alright then. Some defense. So, yeah, I think we'll go with first snow this time. That's a fun one to make. So, I need one that does, well, if we can do one that does those two, yeah, that's fine. 1, a 2, a 3. And then we need one more of those. First snow. There you go. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right. It's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? Oh, I love him. Please, go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith. specifically at the local Gaia temple. So I've been told. Mostly about that wobbling ooze. Ah, yes. That was certainly something. Unfortunately, beside their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. Okay. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Dalwell. Or should I say, the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask. I didn't know it had that many names. I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Pretentious. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. Jesus Christ. I can speak. I can do this. They built everything into a giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Okay. Their portal is in the tree? Yes, right at its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation. And I was pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with acorns that they were stringing up between rose bushes in asymmetrical shapes. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Oh, Clay! Common misconception. It sounds more like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually, I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around the settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation, they told me about how just recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps, just 2 days before the stars fell. They said it seemed like it was running from something and that it was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be a good sign, because it promised adventure. They're not wrong. She's right. It did lead us on an adventure. But I don't know if they hoped it'd wipe out the entire night sky. No one would hope for that. Well, someone clearly did. They weren't wrong about it being a sign of change of pace, is all I'm saying. The exact definition is subject to personal convictions. It certainly was a sign of something being awry, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So naturally, I made my way to nearby Carapace Beach, and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose? What else would I be summoning? Thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input. Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right. Sorry. Slipped my mind. You are forgiven. I wasn't asking for actual forgiveness here. Like, I don't care. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she? I did, actually. Pairing dragon head tritons and flimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins, therefore making the connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously. I hadn't managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be amongst his offerings. I honestly just thought she was decorating the beach and that she could do with more color. You weren't wrong, in a way. Sadly, the shells burned up during the ritual. Singed Tia's hands, too. Just a little. Fortunately, I possess spectacular healing capabilities. Well, if you don't, you got a cold drink in front of you. Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating or for your own ritual, Clay? I was collecting them for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling floating animals from the Astral Sea. And they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Clay can talk to animals. Gaia's blessings rest upon him. You're full of surprises. Thank you. He can talk to aminals? I love that. I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. Oh, buddies. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yes, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the Astral Sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many Australian creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home before they're ready. And once they're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult, or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there, or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It just beckoned them home, through a celestial hug of sorts. So that means I could visit them in the Astral Sea? That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. Is it? But echoes are from the Primordial Sea, and my family's lived here for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once. But for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the Astral Sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers. And accessing it required meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your strayed friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen if you went in unprepared. But the Fae on Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention are finally open to us again after all these years. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals haven't always been there. I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendship with the astral creatures, and his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help. Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but you didn't have to. Right, that, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime. Oh, I love him. He's so cute. So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds beautiful. It was, in a way. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look at all happy about being summoned. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was gray, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountains or the deepest depths. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second we might fight this beast, before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster, but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You knew what it needed, Clay? Not completely. but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're so scared you get angry, when you want to fight because you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled to show it that I didn't mean any harm, and I held out my last conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome the instinct to mistrust, but then it picked up the shell gently and ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hand on its cheeks. I wanted to know it wasn't alone. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was so sad, it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to ice before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it didn't trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. Through the hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic into Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. He kissed it on the forehead and the ice burned away, freeing it of its endless chill. It was quite sweet. That's one lucky whale. And one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. Tia's support was very helpful. I'd hope so. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what had happened, and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs. So humanoid then. We assume. Turns out whales don't care much about our appearances. Cared more about the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone. It could only remember its black and white color and that it tasted horrible. But it thought, I have a strong digestive thing. There's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The 2-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. I felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Tia, do you ever get angry? No, I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. Where I come from, they call that repression. Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. It thought it was finally safe, but suddenly, the freezing cold began. Oh my gosh. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the Highlands and we got a lot of snow in the winter. But the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful and inescapable, like it was freezing from the inside out. That sounds terrible. Potent frostbite I mentioned. It seemed a curse took hold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. Basically, it sounds like the way I describe it when I get a really nasty fever. And the only reason that I'm thinking this is because, like, when I actually get like a really bad fever because I'm trying to fight something off, my whole body just decides to go into shutdown mode now. So everything starts to ache. Everything feels tensed up and stiff and sore. And I get this cold that spreads from my chest all the way out. And I can never tell whether or not my hands and feet are cold anyway. So like that part doesn't really matter. But I will then feel like whatever coldness may be in my hands, like get up towards my arms and then meet with the cold that's spreading from the center. It's a weird sensation. And I know a lot of people don't like describe how it feels. They're just like, oh, the inside feels cold too. And I'm like, no, use your language. We have all these beautiful, eloquent words to describe things that are happening. And people just say, I feel cold. I'm like, paint me a picture, okay? Use your words to paint me a picture. I love it. Anyway. We're moving on. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder. Until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small, contained in its belly. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer, the East Star. It ate Pharos? The guiding star of the endless seas? It did. And it helped. It kept this frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened, but it said that all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. So essentially, the whole starfall event happened because someone hurt the whale, and then the whale ate the big star. And it fucked with gravity. Maybe we leave the astral sea alone. Just a thought. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. That's all it takes. It's the frickin' butterfly effect, man. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured instead of hurting others. That's not how that works with animals, Alethea. It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. It didn't. I'm sure it tried its best. Its best wasn't good enough. You need to stop it. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. We should celebrate that you were able to help it instead of blaming it for its pain. I think so too. Did you also manage to free it of the star in its stomach? No, the frostbite may be gone, but that star is part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind, a sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too. All the other stars in the astral sea have been snuffed out. You'll never be able to see the night sky again. And in turn, that whale must live forever with its guilt nestled in its stomach. You're right. Some things are forever changed now. It's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the star doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. We shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but it managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to light sometimes. I like that. You should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way back we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. I bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I with the little whale charms on them. But she didn't want to wear them yet, so I was just waiting until she's ready. That's very nice of you. Right, Tia? They're a hazard for fights and could get caught in things. Sure. I'm looking forward to see how they look with your armor. Tia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now that I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I'm curious, what is it? What'd you get me? Oh, it's beautiful! That's gorgeous. That is a very pretty mosaic. The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly, it's this piece of art that represents new beginnings after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun humpback whale. It's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So, Tia, aren't you glad Clay was here to help you? Suppose I am. Hi, baby. You coming to join? You really are? You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could not have done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale, you found out why the stars fell, you even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. An angry humanoid figure. And that is who exactly? Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. I understand. Paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly someone orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in calamity the likes of which we have never seen before. Don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen the stars fall from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened. Now that it's over, there go my chances of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. Oh god, it's like the train wreck theory. Listen, love, when I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like that all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We all did, at one time or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance to chaos and back to balance, everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest if it worries you and follow the natural flow of the universe. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me. Such a leisurely attitude only leads to failure. And, even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. I feel like Alethea has way too much of a, like a hero complex going on. Coupled with a bit of that, superiority of the, it's almost like the god I follow makes me better. I don't like it. That's how cults form. Oops, I almost dropped my drink lid. Yikes. Oh, the youth. Anyway, old enemy, got another drink for me? I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. All right. Since we did Sailor's Courage for her last time. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, we got Una and Clay now added to the list. He's a giant / earth echo. Okay. I was right. He is a barbarian. Una is a finfolk. She's an arcane engineer. Okay. That's cool. Okay. So we got some interesting things about that, but yes. This one. Sailor's Courage. Which means I need... Which one was it again? Yeah. We need 1... 2. And then that was over 1, and then we need a... Nope, not yet. Need the little green. Sailor's Courage. I like that one. That's a fun one. Honestly, the mixing isn't difficult. It's just piecing together everything. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid, I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad. Depends on the day. Find your apathy borders on tragedy. Feels like there's a hair stuck to my face. Like, not a people hair, like a cat hair. It's possible. And I find your hero complex unsustainable. You know what? I'm with Una on this one, Alethea. You gotta loosen up, girly. Okay? Take a leaf from Una and take a leaf from Clay and chill the fuck out. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning the cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No. She was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice. At least a little bit. My granny always says, with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed heroes has to say. You think retirement is failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve the world, you should. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. The latter. She was right about one thing, though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I've never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades now. Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold. But I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Oh. Is that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the Great Seven Maidan archives. The Gaian one, to be specific. So was there one for each one of the realms? Because I thought she said that there were like 7 realms or something like that. Maybe it's somebody else, but I feel like one of them said there were 7 realms. Legend has it that there used to be 7 planes, yeah, on each plane. Even Tuat, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day, thanks to their fearless archivists. But then they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope, not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. But you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask all the scholarly people that pass through here. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter when she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You don't need more than a day to take care of all this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, innkeeper. This is very short notice. As are disasters typically, hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do, people to help, prayers to consult. Una was right. A good night's sleep should do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Fine, I'll take 1 or 2, but they won't be put to much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. Clay, do you want to go to the spa? It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Soup always helps me when I have a headache. Looks like she has a big one. You want some soup as well? Yes, please. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No, thank you, Clay. I do. No tree nuts. No apples. No watermelon. Try to think of any other food ones to avoid. Brain went blank. There's one other thing that I'm not really allergic to it, but it always sets my stomach off. And there's a lot of foods I just don't like, but we'll trust Clay with his soup. Anytime. Then the recipe will be a surprise. Have a superb day. Ah, I'll take some of those coupons too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you held on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into the stars. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No, I don't. Me either. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of who that is. I'll try, Innkeeper. Thank you. Hope you find your way back to yourself, too. Aww. Thank you, Clay. Me too. He's so cute. I love him. Alrighty. We into the evening? Y'all have spent all day in here. He's back, fancy mans. Top of the evening to you. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces, new acquaintances. With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way. A speaking skeleton? Haven't seen one of those in a long while. Hello there. How incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully. That one over here is my friend Jade. Ah, a fellow, Mida, but with more skin left. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una, and her friend Jade. Scully, shouldn't you be named after a gemstone? As far as I'm aware, Mida last names reference their bones, no? Correct, but I cannot remember what my poor bones are made out of. Death has left quite a lot of gaps in this head of mine. Let me have a look. Looks like alabaster to me. Hard to say without a thorough analysis, though. Alabaster? That does sound familiar. Like an old name, perhaps? I'm not sure, but it's worth investigating. Thank you, Jade. Still, let's stick with Scully until we have more detailed information. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I happen to want to say the same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmering gemstone? Which is true. I haven't seen another Mida since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. See, it's a match already. Would be a shame if the two of you were to become friends. Huh? Anyway, see ya. Oh my god, Una. That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. He's back. Good mythical morning. Hey, Hex. It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but it's still morning somewhere. I know. You got it. But today I'm not here to talk to you about primordial magic. Today we're going to celebrate my sister. Oh my god, she's fucking adorable. Okay. Come in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Jade. You can call me Hex, and this is Grace, my little sister. Yes, I know she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast. Though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside Hexagon. His full name is Hexagon? I love that. I wonder if her actual name is Grace or if it's something else. If you insist, a fireless party it is, then. My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual, full-blown Selenite witch. It's not actually that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats. I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet. Thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me that you're a real magician connoisseur, or real magical connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something? Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. Brain power time! Alright. Something for the brain. Nope, that's the charisma. Oh, we gotta go to page 2. Sparkling and Nebula. Okay, this is the new one, right? Okay, so those are specifically for strength and defense, but they take away charisma. Okay. I see how that works. 1, a 2, a 3, and 1, a 2. Sparkling Nebula. Coming right up. She's been nursing that one all day. My, this is delightful. See? Told you. She definitely knows her craft. Say, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no. But I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, what about you two? I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that'll bring back the charm of the old days. At your service. Something for charm. I can do that. But we're going to do that in the next episode. Because I don't want this episode to get too long, and it's already getting close to the hour mark. So, we're going to save. And we're going to go to the main menu. I'm actually surprised that Hex brought Grace in. Because he sounded like he could stand his sister. But I'm kind of glad that he did because it kind of does show that, like, it seems like they have a bit of that sibling rivalry going on, but he still cares about her. Like, it's one of those where, like, I want to kill my sister, but I would die for her anyway kind of things. Like, one of those kind of sibling relationships, which I kind of love seeing it. And it seems relatively healthy from what I've seen so far, which is rare to see in media. Normally you get like the completely dysfunctional family where people just don't fucking get along. And it's like, at least communicate with each other a little. Come on now. But anyway, I'm actually really, really happy that we've got a new companion-esque friend for Alethea. I love Clay. He's so cute. He is absolutely adorable. I love him. And he has a very, like, the typical barbarian feel of being the big hulky brute, but he's literally a gentle giant, and I love it so much. And the fact that he hates being angry, I'm like, oh, he doesn't even want to use his barbarian strength. He just wants to be a sweet little guy. I love him. And then you have the polar opposite with Hex wanting to, you know, light everything on fire. Which, again, also typical wizard. Just, I don't care how big the room is, I cast fireball. Oh my god, if we don't get one of those moments, I'm going to be so sad. But anyway, I'm going to leave this here, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more from everything that happened in Zoford soon, and we'll hear back from Care and Fable in the next episode, fingers crossed. maybe. But anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button if you guys do want to see more videos from me. Hit the notification bell, that way you guys will know when new videos go live. And of course, share the video around to anybody else you think might enjoy watching me play through Tavern Talk. I've been loving this. It's so fun. And it feels like there's still like that mystery and a bit of the stakes of like, make sure that you get the drinks correctly, especially when you have to choose between two. But I'm not entirely sure if it affects the outcome negatively if you choose the other drink. I feel like it may be one of those where like it determines what kind of information you get back from them, maybe. Because like if you're going the more diplomatic route, you're going to have a lot more info for like building quests and to communicate back and forth with each other. But if you kill it, whatever you're going after, or you use physical force or anything like that, you may not get the same answers or something. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure how much that affects the choices and like the information that you get. I'd probably have to look into it a little more, but I don't want to accidentally get spoilers. So anyway, if you guys want to check out the full playlist for Tavern Talk and get caught up before the next episode, that all is going to be down below me here on the screen. The link to the game as well is going to be down in the description. As usual, I always put the links to games down in my description if there is a link to put there. I couldn't do that for some of the older games that I played, like when I played through some of the EA like early Harry Potter games, because I was playing like the actual CD-ROM versions of those, because I had the PC versions of them growing up. We didn't have any consoles or anything growing up, so the only options I had were, you know, an old family computer and a Game Boy Color, an OG Game Boy. Like, I don't even know if it was like officially a Game Boy Color. It was the OG Game Boy, like the giant fucking like light gray Game Boy that just had the green screen that you had to use a freaking like clip-on flashlight to see in the dark. One of those Game Boys. That was our gaming for a very long time. Like digital gaming, not physical. We had a bunch of board games and shit growing up. But anyway, if you guys want to check out the link, it is down below, as well as the links to all my socials and Twitch if you guys want to check those out. Also, since you guys, if you've been on here for any length of time, you do know that I crochet. I have my Etsy page live. I am going to be over the next few months adding some new things and taking some of the older things off of there that I'm not having as much fun making them, and I want to add a few new fun things that I think are going to be a little more my speed, that are going to be a little more magic-y related, since we've been playing a lot of games that involve like magical aspects or like witchy kind of thing. So hopefully I can get a few more of those in there. But anyway, if you guys want to support the channel and get access to videos early, hit the join button down below to become a member. There will be other perks added in the future. I'm not entirely sure what they're all going to be, but they will be added in the future as we go. And as of right now, I believe on both tiers on there, when we're doing through the credits here, you'll be up on the credits as one of the supporters if you are wanting to. But of course, it is never going to prevent you from watching videos. It just means that you'll have to wait until they come out for the normal time instead of getting access to them early. But if you are wanting to, and you are capable of doing so without, you know, financially crippling yourself or any such thing, the option is there. But I will never, ever stop people from watching videos by putting them behind a paywall. I ain't about that. It's not fucking happening. Anyway, on that note, my name is Captain TigerLily, and I will see you guys back in my tavern in the next video. Okay, bye.